Stop what you're doing and listen carefully. The decisions you make in the next 12 months will determine whether your 60s are peaceful or panicked. Your 40s are not a warm-up, and they're not a victory lap. They're the narrow window where you still have time, energy, and earning power all at once. But that window is closing faster than you think. Most people waste this decade chasing the wrong goals, fixing the wrong problems, and hoping retirement will magically sort itself out. It won't. Warren Buffett spent his life studying how smart people make avoidable mistakes. His advice for this stage is blunt. Stop pretending you have endless time. Stop treating your portfolio like a side hobby, and start making decisions like someone who understands that compounding takes years, and you've just run out of decades to waste. If you're in your 40s and feel behind, good. That discomfort is the start of clarity. If you feel comfortable, be careful. Comfort in your 40s is often debt and lifestyle talking, not wealth. Today, I'm going to give you 3 moves Buffett would make if he were in your shoes, 40 years old, with maybe 20 good earning years left and a chance to get this right before it's too late. Rule number 1, the surplus strategy. Stop doing the 3 things that financially ruin most people in their 40s. Living like your income will always rise. Thinking diversification means owning 15 things you don't understand. Waiting for certainty before you act. Buffett hated all 3. He'd tell you to live below your peak earnings, own only what you can explain, and treat uncertainty as the price of admission, not an excuse to delay. Move 1. Cut your lifestyle in half and double your surplus. This will make you uncomfortable. Good. Comfort is expensive and your 40s can't afford it. By now, lifestyle has a way of expanding to swallow every raise, bonus, or windfall. You don't think you're living lavishly, you're just comfortable. But comfortable is code for, I've built a life that requires me to keep earning at this level forever or I'm in trouble. That's fragile. Buffett loved robustness. Your life should work even if your income drops by 30% tomorrow. If that thought terrifies you, your lifestyle is too expensive. The brutal test. Take your after-tax income and subtract your true cost of living, the number you could survive on for 18 months without drama. The gap is your surplus. If it's less than 20% of your income, you have a lifestyle problem, not an income problem. Buffett would say you're paying a tax to yourself every month and calling it life. The goal in your 40s isn't to maximize income, though more is good. It's to maximize surplus because surplus is the only thing that becomes wealth. Income that turns into payments, subscriptions, and conveniences doesn't compound, it evaporates. Practical steps. Cap your housing at 25% of gross income. If you're over, increase income or downsize. Yes, even if you love the neighborhood. The neighborhood won't pay for your retirement. Eliminate any car payment over $500 a month. If your car is bleeding you dry, you bought status, not transportation. Sell it. Drive something boring for 3 years, and let the savings buy you a decade of options later. Subscriptions and convenience spending. If you're spending over $300 a month on entertainment, delivery, and subscriptions, you're renting happiness, not building it. Audit every recurring charge. If you don't remember signing up, cancel it. If you wouldn't buy it today, cancel it. If it's only $10 a month, cancel 5 of them. You've just found $600 a year to invest. Do this for 10 years and you've bought yourself a year of freedom at 55. Rule number 2, quality over quantity. By your 40s, you've heard diversify 1,000 times. But Buffett would say, if you understand how businesses work, over-diversifying is a hedge against ignorance, and ignorance can be fixed. In your 40s, you don't have time to own 50 things you don't understand. You have time to own 5 to 8 things you understand deeply, and then let them compound. The shift you need to make: stop thinking like a collector. Start thinking like an owner. Owners ask different questions. Would I be happy owning this business for 10 years if the market closed tomorrow? Does this company have pricing power, low capital needs, honest management, and a product people will still want in a decade? If the answer is no, don't own it, no matter how cheap it looks. What is quality? Quality isn't an expensive stock. It's a business with a durable competitive advantage, what Buffett calls a moat. The moat could be a trusted brand, a network effect that grows stronger over time, a cost structure no competitor can match, or a regulatory advantage that protects the business. If you can't explain the moat in 2 sentences, you don't understand the business well enough to own it. Action step: open your portfolio. Write down every position. Next to each, write 1 sentence explaining why you own it and how the business actually makes money. If you can't, you're guessing, not investing. Sell it or spend the weekend learning enough to write that sentence. For everything left, ask, would I buy this today at this price if I didn't already own it? If no, sell it. If yes, hold it and set a calendar reminder to review it in 6 months, not 6 days. Rule number 3, prepare for the hits you can't see coming. Your 40s are when life starts throwing expensive surprises at you. Aging parents, kids needing braces or college, layoffs, health scares, roofs caving in, friendships ending over money. If you're not planning for these, you're not planning, you're hoping. And hope is not a strategy. Buffett loved the phrase, expect disaster. It sounds grim, but it's liberating. When you expect disaster, you stop being surprised by it and start being ready for it. Readiness means 3 things: cash, clarity, and emotional resilience. Cash. Keep 6 months of non-negotiable expenses in a boring savings account earning boring interest. Not invested, not tied to a line of credit. Actual liquid cash you can access in 72 hours if the world tilts. Clarity. In your 40s, you need a simple written plan for when something breaks. If you lose your job, what's step 1, 2, 3? If a parent needs financial help, what can you afford? What's the line you won't cross? If your kid needs something expensive, how do you decide if it's a need or a want? Emotional resilience. Your 40s are emotionally tough. You're old enough to see the gap between where you thought you'd be and where you are. You're watching some friends get rich while others fall apart. You're realizing your parents aren't immortal and your kids won't be kids forever. You're tired in a way you weren't in your 30s, and the idea of starting over feels heavy. Buffett wouldn't tell you to ignore it. He'd tell you to accept it, and act anyway. Emotional resilience isn't pretending you're fine. It's deciding your feelings don't get to make your financial decisions. 90-day action plan. Week 1. Calculate your true surplus, after-tax income minus essential expenses. If it's under 20%, list your 3 biggest leaks and cut one immediately. Week 2. Audit your portfolio. Write a 1-sentence explanation for each position. If you can't, research it or sell it. Week 3. Check your cash buffer. If it's under 3 months, pause new investments and build it to 6 months. Week 4. Write your emergency rules on 1 page. What happens if you lose your job? If a parent needs help? If the car dies? Week 5. Negotiate 1 fixed cost. Call your insurance, internet, or phone provider. Get a better rate or switch. Add the savings to your automatic investments. Week 6. Have the hard conversation with your spouse or partner. Show them the numbers. Agree on the floor, the surplus, the rules. If you're single, have the conversation with yourself in writing. Week 7. Update your beneficiaries, your will, your insurance. If you don't have term life insurance and people depend on your income, get it this week. Week 8. Cut 1 major discretionary expense for the quarter. Redirect that money into your buffer or investments. Week 9. Review your career. Are your skills still marketable? If you lost your job tomorrow, could you land something comparable in 90 days? If not, spend 10 hours this month fixing that. Week 10. Run the disaster drill. Pretend you just got laid off. What cuts would you make on day 1? Write them down. Week 11. Check in on the plan. Did the surplus grow? Did the buffer grow? Did you stick to the rules? If yes, celebrate quietly. If no, diagnose why and adjust. Week 12. Write a 1-page letter to your 50-year-old self. What do you want to be true in 10 years? What are you grateful you did in your 40s? Keep that letter. Read it every quarter. Final thought. Buffett would say, you're not behind. You're right on time, but only if you stop pretending you have more time than you do. The next 10 years matter more than the last 20 because they're the ones you can still control. The goal isn't to get rich quick. It's to get rich slowly, stay rich, and die with options. You do that by living below your means, owning quality, avoiding stupidity, and being patient when everyone else is panicking. Your 40s aren't a second chance. They're your last clear shot to build something durable before the variables start working against you. Next step. Open your bank app and do one thing before you close this video. Increase your automatic investments by 5%. Transfer your first deposit to your 6-month buffer. Write down your 3 biggest leaks and cut one tonight. Don't wait for Monday. Don't wait for the next paycheck. Do it now while your focus is sharp. What not to do in your 40s. Just as important as what to do is what not to do in your 40s. Don't try to time the market. You don't have the skill or the temperament, and the effort isn't worth the return. Don't take on new debt to fund your lifestyle. If you can't pay cash, you can't afford it. Don't co-sign anything for anyone, even family. Help them in other ways, but don't tie your credit to their choices. Don't ignore your health to chase extra income. The emergency room is more expensive than the time you saved. Don't outsource your financial decisions to someone who earns a commission on your choices. Get advice, but make the final call yourself. Don't wait for permission, certainty, or the perfect moment. The perfect moment was 10 years ago. The second best moment is now. Don't treat your home like an ATM. Your home equity is not your emergency fund or investment capital. It's your housing stability. The bottom line. If you actually do this, you'll feel poor for about 60 days. That's normal. You're not poor, you're redirecting resources from things that don't matter to things that do. By month 4, you'll stop feeling poor and start feeling clear. By month 8, you'll see your accounts grow in ways they never did before. By year 2, people will start asking what changed, and you won't know how to explain it without sounding preachy. That's fine. Let them wonder. By year 5, you'll hit a number that makes you pause and think, I'm actually going to be okay. That moment is worth the boring years it took to get there. Here's what Buffett would say if he were sitting across from you right now at 40. You're not behind. You're right on time, but only if you stop pretending you have more time than you do. The next 10 years matter more than the last 20 because they're the ones you can still control. The goal is not to get rich quick. The goal is to get rich slowly, then stay rich, then die with options. You do that by living below your means, owning quality, avoiding stupidity, and being patient when everyone else is frantic. It's not sexy. It's not complicated. It won't make you the life of the party, but it works. It worked for me. It worked for Charlie. And it will work for you if you let it. Your 40s are not a second chance. They're the last clear shot you have at building something durable before time, energy, health, and compounding start working against you. They're still on your side, but the clock is loud. If you can hear it, good. Use that noise as fuel. Cut the fat. Focus the portfolio. Prepare for disasters. Then sit still while the plan works. Don't let boredom, envy, or impatience talk you into complexity. Simple wins. Boring wins. And in your 60s, when your friends are panicking and you're calm, you'll thank the version of yourself who made boring decisions in your 40s when it still mattered.